pursue you.
Yeah, ladies, stop wasting your time. We're going to teach you exactly how to ghost the masculine so he chases you. Because there's different ways to go ghost on
Mhm.
somebody. And we're going to talk about exactly why this works, how to do it, and when to do it.
Yes. So excited for this topic. And of course, I'm Coach B, former lifelong bachelor. I'm going to help you ladies understand why it's so important to ghost him and let you know how he responds
Mhm.
when you do that so he can chase and pursue you.
Okay, ladies, and if you're new to this channel is all about you mastering your feminine energy, your nervous system, and even your hormones. It's going to help you so much in dating and in marriage. And I was a former single mama. I'm Natasha, by the way. I was a former single mom, 4 kiddos, met and attracted my amazing masculine husband, Coach B. We are living our best life and we are coaching women on how to do the same thing.
Yes.
And one of the biggest things that we keep seeing our ladies do
Yes.
is obsess about the wrong guys,
Mm,
giving attention to guys that they should be ghosting
yes.
so that they can move on and see that the masculine is actually designed to chase them.
Yes.
So,
And we're going to help you understand why it's so important to get out of that nice girl energy and
yes.
to walk away from him, and how much more that helps you in your relationships moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. And we're talking going no contact. We're talking about energetically removing yourself. We're talking about all of it. And
Mm.
just so you know, we experienced this firsthand.
Yeah.
I went ghost on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's not about being toxic. This channel is not about toxicity. We are marriage focused. We help our women attract not only men, but provider energy men that are in that chasing masculine energy. But in order to be really attracting that type of man, you have to be the reciprocal match. So if you are in your chasing energy as a woman, you're going to be attracting feminine men, men that want to receive, and you're going to be repelling the masculine energy type men.
Yes. Yeah. So definitely get your questions ready. We're going to answer as many questions as we
Yes.
can, and definitely ready to jump right in.
Okay. Well, first of all, why do men do this? And then we'll talk about how to flip the switch.
Why do men ghost women?
Yeah. Okay. I've never asked him this ever. Have you ever ghosted anybody?
I'm sure I have.
Sometimes I save questions for right when we're on the live, so he can't. He's like,
Hey, hey, the truth comes out easily.
yeah. You're sure. Okay, so why do guys do that first of all? And then we'll talk about the ladies.
Well, I believe guys ghost women for a lot
Mhm.
of different reasons. A lot of times it's because once guys get what they want, then
Mm,
it's easy to move on. The
yeah.
pursuit, the chase is over.
Yeah.
So it's not no emotions connected to it.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Now they can move on from that situation. And sometimes as well, guys ghost women because just like I was talking about with the ladies, that nice girl, because
Yeah.
sometimes guys don't want to hurt women's feelings. So
Mm.
instead of explaining to them how they feel or what's going on, or they don't want to be with them anymore, or whatever the case is, it's easier to just ghost for the guys and just, okay, say nothing, move on. She'll
Mhm.
get the picture. She understands. I already told her this is what I was looking for.
Yeah.
One of those, like, we had a conversation before, and this
Mhm.
is another one. We had a conversation before where the guy puts everything on the table. Okay, this is what
Mhm.
I'm looking for. This is how why I like you, or
Mhm.
whatever they're, trying to get out of the
Mhm.
relationship. They'll be honest up front. And just because things are going well, because we went out on a date, we had fun, that doesn't mean the guy has changed his mind.
Mm.
This is what he wanted. This is what it is, and it's not going to change. I don't care how much you're doing,
Right.
how good it's going. He's made up his mind. So if you don't get that picture, if you're asking for more, guys will just ghost, move on to the next
Mhm.
opportunity. But so much of it is connected to women that allow it to go too far
Mm.
too quickly, and now it's nothing else for the guy to pursue.
Okay, one more question. I'm just asking him these questions on the
Okay.
spot, and then we're going to help the ladies about ghosting men. Okay, I'm just curious because we coach a lot of women,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes women are like, okay, they didn't even get it to the stage of
Yes.
dating.
Yeah.
Like maybe they were talking,
Yeah.
going back and forth, and maybe he talked about going on a date, but they didn't even get to that point.
Mm.
So why would a guy go ghost then?
So if they haven't even gone on a date, They were
Yeah.
talking, the conversation was going well.
Yeah.
It could be something within the conversation or just her energy that
Yeah.
he's feeling. And it's like, I don't know if I want to deal with that, want to deal with her, or he has other situationships
Mhm.
going on
Yep.
where they take priority. And if you're not able to fit in within that time slot, or if you're not able to just give him what he desires quickly,
Yep.
it's like, okay, he's trying to get in the pants right away. And
Yes.
it's something that in the conversation he
Mhm.
can tell it's not going as quickly,
Mhm.
because a lot of men will say, okay, I'll give it 1 or 2 dates. If
Yeah.
they don't get what they want, they'll move on.
Yeah.
Some of them will even only give it a conversation.
Mhm.
If in the conversation you're sounding like, you're marriage material, you're sounding like you want a serious relationship, things are going well. He's not going to talk bad to you, but in his mind, he's already understood, I'm not going to waste time. I'm not going to
Yes.
invest anything in her financially, mentally, spiritually, time. I'm not going to invest anything in her because this isn't going the way I wanted to. So I'll just move on. If she's available, or if I can tell in a conversation something's changed, maybe.
Mhm.
Those are the situationships that he'll ghost you, and then a couple of weeks he'll check back in on you to see if something's different.
Mhm.
Like, I was
Mhm.
just thinking about you, just checking in to see what's going on. Same talk,
Yep.
then he'll ghost you again. So it'll be that cycle of ghosting if he doesn't see it going anywhere.
Okay. I was just curious. Okay. So now, ladies, let's talk about getting your power back.
Yes.
Okay. Because we don't want to be in our needy, desperate energy. You might hear this and be like,
Mm,
oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? Am I not interesting? Am I not pretty enough?
mm,
Did I say the wrong thing? We know this because we coach you
yes.
ladies all day, every day. And so many times women are like, I feel like I did something wrong.
Yeah.
And then they're
Yes.
obsessing and they're
Yes.
overthinking and they're beating themselves up over it. And what we're here to tell you, babe, yes, I mean, there might be some areas that you can improve in. We got
Mm,
you in that area, but we're not going to lean into our needy, desperate energy and
mm,
start chasing after men.
right.
Okay. So, first of all, when should a woman ghost a man? And when we're talking about ghosting, like, side note, I didn't even know what this was. For all my ladies that are just entering the dating stage now, later in life, and you were like me and you got married really young,
Yeah.
and there wasn't social media, there
Mm,
wasn't dating apps. This concept of ghosting, situationships
yeah.
was like a foreign subject to most of us, right? You're not alone, okay? This is why I'm out here on the YouTube streets helping you ladies, all right? But things have changed, time has
Yeah.
changed. And we don't want you to be in that needy, desperate energy. So, first of all, when should a woman go ghost? Meaning that cutting off contact, no contact with a guy, removing your expensive feminine energy and giving it to something else. When should a woman do that?
Well, I believe a woman should go ghost after you've had
Yeah.
conversations with him. You're getting to know each other.
Yeah.
You've talked on the phone. You
Yes.
start, maybe you've gone on a date and you see patterns. You see
Yeah.
that he's not really talking about anything besides, how can he get closer to you. He doesn't
Yeah.
have a future in mind when he's talking to you. It's just about, okay, what are you doing tonight? Can I come over? Do you want to
Yeah.
come over here? You looking good?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to hug. What? He's talking
Yeah.
that way, and even as you redirect him, he just goes back there. You
Mm.
see that his whole point in getting to know you is to do something physical with
Mm-hmm.
you, is not really about getting to know you the person, or about how potentially you can get together, grow with each other. And a lot of times, trust me ladies, when a man likes you and wants to get to know you, he's going to talk like this at the beginning. He's
Mm-hmm.
going to talk about like this in the first few dates, where he wants to get to know you, he wants to spend time with you. So don't feel like he's love bombing you if he's talking like that
Mm-hmm.
quickly, but you should notice quickly if he's really going anywhere with the conversation, or it's all about the physical, it's
Yeah.
all about just connecting, hooking up,
Mm-hmm.
don't really
Mm-hmm.
have direction. What are you
Yeah.
looking for? Well,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
however things play out,
Yeah.
I'm open. Those type of words let you know that he's not really looking for anything serious. And
Mm-hmm.
once you identify he's not looking for anything serious, that's when you want to detach from him. That's when
Mm-hmm.
you want to ghost him. Let them be, because this isn't going in any direction that you desire.
That's so good. And we're going to tell you exactly what to do after you're done ghosting the guy, by the way.
Yes.
So you can attract, of course, high
Yes.
value, provider energy type
Mm,
men that just want to spoil you and marry you. So we
mm,
got you, ladies. Okay.
yes.
Another scenario I think when women should go ghost on a guy is he is pursuing you and he is showing you that he's interested, but then he's just inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
He just there's always something going on. He has to cancel. He's promising to see you and then keeps canceling, and not we're not talking about a one off,
Yeah.
we're talking about patterns where he just keeps putting things off. You just know you're not a
Yeah.
priority.
Yeah.
He says he's going to call you, he doesn't call you. He says we're going to go out this weekend, and stuff comes up, and it's constantly that same pattern. You want to cut situations like that off right away.
Yes.
You don't want to give a guy like that so many chances, because it's going to eat at your self-esteem as a woman.
Yes.
You are literally training him that it's okay to treat you like that.
Yes.
And you yelling at him will not help the
Yeah.
situation at all. You being
Yeah.
emotional will do the opposite. That is also when you just want to cut it off.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why we talk so much
Hmm.
about, when making decisions in relationships, to think logically and not emotionally.
Hmm.
Because in those cases, like you just mentioned, a lot of times, I have to do something with my daughter. I have to do something at work.
Yeah.
I have some stuff going on with my house. I got to wait on the
Yeah.
plumber. Whatever the
Yeah.
case is, those are real life challenges.
Yeah.
But when consistently those things are
Yeah.
prioritized and they're
Yeah.
not making space for you, that's not a time to get triggered,
Mm-mm.
but that's a time to just understand and say, okay, I see right now
Yeah.
it's not a good time for you to get to know me. That's what you have to understand,
Hmm.
instead of making them feel bad, because you'll never win
Yep.
with that as a woman. Like,
Yep.
why are you prioritizing your daughter over me?
Yeah.
Or why are you
No.
prioritizing this over me? No, just allow them to be. But if they're consistently not able to make space for you, consistently have other things to do, their cousins coming in town, whatever the case is, legit things that are happening, you have to remove yourself from him, ghost from that situation, ghost him, and allow him to live his life. It's not that you're ghosting him because you're mad. You're allowing him to live his
Yeah.
life. You're living your life. And right now, it just doesn't work out with scheduling or whatever the case
Hmm.
is. And you move on, just like you were able to do in our
Hmm.
situation.
Yeah. So we were scenario two. He was making promises. He was showing up consistently with the phone calls and video calls. He loved it, every single night talking with me. Men love having access to your
Right.
energy, by the way, right? That's life giving for them,
Mm.
especially when they're busy building businesses and working really hard,
Yeah.
which is what he was really focused on during that time. We're super re energizing for
Hmm.
them. So you have to remember that. Your energy is potent, especially when you do the stuff that we teach you and you're really in your healed, healthy,
Yes.
whole, divine, magnetic, feminine energy.
Yes.
It is life giving
Yes.
to the masculine. They love it.
Yes.
So you don't just give it to anybody. Okay, ladies? So, anyway, in our situation, he was loving that, our
Mhm.
late night phone calls every single day.
Yep.
And then, he's like, okay, I'm going to be there next month. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do this next month. Okay. And then I was like, no. Okay, exactly what you said. Okay. And let's talk about when to tell them and when you don't need to tell them.
Mm.
So in this situation, I would say, if you guys have been talking, maybe you've been dating, and the conversation is good, but you just know that this guy is not for
Yeah.
you, or he's absolutely amazing, like my husband was even back then, but he's just not stepping up.
Hmm.
You're not triggered, you're not emotional, but you are just like, hey, I see you got a lot going on right now. I don't want to
Hmm.
stand in the way of that. So I am just going to move on and I wish you all
Yeah.
the best. And that's it. And then you move on. The scenario where you don't need to do that, ladies, this is where a lot of you fall
Mm.
into because we coach you, is the guy hasn't even earned a conversation. He hasn't taken you on a date. He has been like, he hasn't even showed up for
Yeah.
you at all. You do not need to give that guy
Yeah.
any explanation at all. Just move on and keep dating other guys.
Yeah, that's so true. It's
Yeah.
it's good to understand. And even after having the conversation,
Yeah.
we tell you to detach, but it's so important. maybe you can understand it even better to
Yeah.
ghost him after you've had the conversation.
Yeah.
When I mean ghost, I mean disappear where he can't find you.
Yes.
Don't be available because you have some type of connection, because you've gone
Mhm.
on dates, because you've shared that you like each other. No,
Yeah.
you still have to ghost. But understanding when to have the conversation is key.
Mhm.
And trust me, especially in this era of online dating, like we met as well,
Yeah.
a lot of times you ladies aren't even seeing these guys in person. Sometimes you don't even see them on FaceTime and you feel guilty, like, I don't want to just leave him there. We've heard of different scenarios where ladies have talked to men and they're going through stuff with their health. They're going through stuff in their on their job, but we
Mhm.
don't even know if they're a real person. And
Yeah.
you've connected
Yeah.
emotionally with them.
Yeah.
Now it's hard to let them go because you don't want to leave them hanging. And
Yes.
in most cases, most healthy feminine energy women are nurturers. So they want to make sure they're helping to do whatever they can to
Mhm.
make sure the kids are good, to make sure you're good. Do you need something as far
Yes.
as in your health or something like that? Just want to watch out and make sure you're good, not overdoing it. So a lot of times you get connected in that way, and
Mhm.
then you start feeling some type of responsibility. But
Yeah.
it's so important as you're getting to know these guys because you're rotationally dating.
Mhm.
If you're not rotationally dating, then it's harder to ghost,
Yeah.
because this is the person, not only
Right.
is he depending on your energy, you're depending on his energy, because in most cases, ladies have been single, ladies
Mhm.
have stepped out of the dating scene.
Yeah.
So if someone's giving you some attention and they meet some of your love list, not all of it, they at
Mhm.
least meet some, they okay, they're providers. Okay, now you start prioritizing that, like, I have to make this work. But
Mhm.
it's so important to understand that you must rotationally date. If you don't, your energy will
Yeah.
probably just be on him. And then you have to be thinking clearly, thinking logically to
Mhm.
be able to ghost. If you're not thinking clearly,
Mhm.
if you're leading with your heart, then it's going to be hard to
Mhm.
move on and ghost a guy, and put yourself in position for someone healthy and
Mhm.
someone who's ready to actually want to marry you and take care of you.
Okay, so before we go deeper into that, what he's talking about on moving on, there's one more scenario I want to talk about of when to go ghost on a man. And this is an area that so many women struggle with. And this is when you're in a situationship.
Mm.
You guys have hooked up. You probably love each other,
Mm.
right? And but you're trauma bonding. So you guys are on and off,
Mm.
on and off. And
Yes.
it's a pattern. It's not just a one time, on and off. It's a pattern where you're on and off, on and off. That is a time where you want to cut it off completely and go no contact. Because what's happening, it's like an addictive
Yeah.
behavior where you're getting back together, you're
Mm.
getting that dopamine hit, and you're getting re traumatized, but you're bonding. You're bonding to him hormonally, you're releasing that oxytocin. And that's why you think you're so in love with the guy,
Yes.
even though he's not ready to step up for marriage. Now, if you don't cut it off, that is going to continue.
Yes.
As soon as you cut it off, ladies, this is why you want to go no contact with men that are not stepping up. Okay, lean in for a second. Okay, we teach people about attraction and polarity in relationships. And when you are always coming towards him, when he knows you're always
Yes.
available, there's no reason for him to step up. There's none. He needs to be triggered.
Mm.
The man needs to be triggered in a healthy way. He needs to be triggered to step up. This is how God's designed
Yeah.
him as the sperm. He needs to have a reason to come swim towards you, literally. And if he doesn't have that because you're just always available and he knows that you're going to miss him
Hmm.
and he just has to say a few sweet things to you and
Yep.
then you're right back there with him, he has no reason to change anything.
Yes, yeah, and it's so important to understand, even as you're
Yeah.
saying that, when you start having physical relationships,
Mhm,
things start
mhm.
going to the next level, and you haven't even you're not even in a committed relationship. You're not
Yeah,
even exclusive, and we
yeah.
we always talk about waiting till marriage, because anything
Mhm.
can happen up to that point, and now you've connected with yourself with
Yeah.
this person. But
Mhm.
it's so important to be able to step aside in that moment, and a lot of times the missing ingredient, because a lot of time women get in situationships and they've moved forward and had sex, and now you're telling me to ghost him.
Yeah.
The missing ingredient a lot of times is the healing. And if you don't get healing from it, you'll
Mhm.
continue to cycle. But it's so important to be able to step away and ghost him in that situation because, like you said, when you start getting physical, having sexual relations in
Mhm.
the relationship, now men understand that that connection has done something
Mhm.
where they can get away with more. The commitment doesn't have to be there. It's
Mhm.
like you've married him
Mhm.
in a way, and now he can do a little more. He can say
Yeah.
stuff. He can go back on his promises. Then he can make up with some flowers. He can make up with a meal. He
Yeah.
can make up by sending you a cash app,
Yep.
whatever the case, because that connection is spiritual. It's not a physical,
Yes.
mental only connection, but
Mhm.
it's spiritual. It's outside of what you're able to do with willpower,
Mhm.
step away from with willpower. But it's so important that you don't go deeper into it. And now it's like, okay, just one more time.
Yeah.
Or, it was just, we just had sex. It's not like I really love him.
Yeah.
Trust and know that what goes on the inside of you is out of your control when
Mhm.
you take that step. So you must be able to get healing so you can ghost him, move on, and not find yourself in an ongoing long-term situationship like most people do.
Oh, that's so good. Ladies, listen up. When you think you can act like a man
Hmm.
and just hook up with men, okay? So a lot of times men will do that, right? They
Yeah.
they can, hook up with women and not have that emotional
Hmm.
attachment because they're wired differently, they're hormonally wired differently than women are. But if you think, because there's so many women in their masculine energy, they think
Hmm.
that you're later in life, maybe you come out of maybe you're divorced, you've just ended a relationship, you don't want anything serious, but you got your needs
Hmm.
as a woman, right? Your libido is high. And so you're like, he looks cute. He looks like a delicious snack, and then you're hooking up with these guys. Just know you are in your masculine energy. You're
Yeah.
acting like a man. You have not been designed. God has not created you to be a man.
Hmm.
Okay. So that I'm talking about hormonally, energetically, spiritually. And what happens is that is what blocks your husband, who actually is a masculine man and a masculine energy man, from even seeing you
Yeah.
because you're acting like a man.
Yeah.
And even if you're being low key, nobody knows about it, right? It's just this guy that you're dealing with, and you're like, oh, no big deal. I just, the seg is really good.
Right.
No big deal. No big deal, right? Just you love that attention, you love that closeness. We tell ourselves all these crazy things, right? But what you don't understand as a woman is how damaging that is to you spiritually, energetically, and you literally block your husband
Mm-hmm.
from finding you. You're on a different frequency, you're on a different wavelength than your husband
Yeah.
is, right? Because your husband is a masculine energy man. If you want a masculine energy man husband, right? Masculine energy man, provider energy in his hunting mode, he is not attracted to masculine energy, right? Masculine energy men are not attracted to masculine energy.
Yep.
So you as a woman, I don't care if you're a 10 out of 10 supermodel, okay? 25 years old, 55, whatever, 60, that doesn't matter. If you are acting like a man, your husband, your masculine energy husband cannot find you. He
Yeah.
cannot see you.
And just to add to
Yeah.
that, when you talk about looking like a supermodel,
Yeah.
for men, once they get past the point and you have relations with them, I don't care what you do. It doesn't matter how you look at that point. Now you just look like another person to
Yeah.
them because this is how men respond without even trying to.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, everybody's looking at you. Oh, you're so beautiful. I don't know why you're single. I don't
Yeah.
know, he dropped the bag or whatever
Yeah.
the case. Understand, for that guy, he's thinking like, okay, that's just another woman that I was with. If he's not serious about getting to know you, if he's not
Yeah.
in his healed place. So no matter what you do from that point forward,
Mhm.
nothing can make him realize that he's missing out on something beside you ghosting him, besides you moving
Yes.
on, besides you not giving him your energy anymore. As long as he has access to you and doesn't have to commit to you, and
Mhm.
you're not strong enough, or you haven't gotten the healing that you needed to be able to ghost him, he's looking at you like just another woman. And you don't want to be in that situation because you'll find yourself
Yeah.
trying to overdo it, chasing him, trying to do whatever you can to get him to realize, when at first he was doing everything, calling you every day.
Yes.
He was checking in on you. Good morning,
Yes.
beautiful, every
Mhm.
day. He was in your inbox for 6 months. Then you gave him a chance, and
Yeah.
you end up having relations, and now you can't get in contact with him.
Mhm.
You have to take your power back and be
Mhm.
able to move on from that situation and
Yes.
position yourself and understand that situation will continue to happen with different men.
Yeah.
It's not because he was older, it's not because he was younger, it's
Yeah.
not because of his nationality or his
Mhm.
height, weight, or his bank account. All men are similar, especially all
Yeah.
men that are not healed. They're
Yeah.
just the same. So you'll get the same treatment.
Yeah.
It'll come in different ways, but it's up to you to be in your healed place so you can be able to ghost the wrong guy and
Yeah.
move on from that situation.
Okay, so now let's talk about how do you do this? How do you actually move on? Because this is what a lot of women do that we coach, right? Or on this channel as well. You think, okay, I'm gonna cut him off, I'm gonna block him, right? I'm blocking him. Another guy you're blocking, right? So you're blocking him. You're gonna go no contact, but then you're not doing anything for yourself.
Mm,
The women that we coach that end up getting engaged and married, how they do things, how we teach them to do things is, yes, you go ghost on the wrong guys, the guys that are not stepping up, and then you keep rotationally dating. But more important than even rotationally dating, ladies, is you need to have a glow up.
mm,
Like, girl, sometimes you just need to disappear. You need to, like, literally go ghost, disappear, and have the biggest glow up of your life. Okay, that's what I did. I had the biggest glow up of my life before my husband came into the picture.
mm,
Okay, so we're working on your hormones, we're working on your nervous system, we're healing your attachment style so you're not anxious and stressed when you're dating and married and getting attached to the wrong guys
mhm.
or attracting the wrong
Yes.
guys. So if you're noticing patterns keep showing up, you're not attracting the good guys, you're attracting the bad boys
Yes.
that are hot and heavy at the beginning and then, are inconsistent, right? Those are a lot of patterns that women play in. You're feeling anxious, you're overthinking,
Mhm.
you don't know how to communicate properly
Yes.
with the masculine in dating or marriage. Focus your energy on that, babe. Focus your energy on your glow up. Focus your energy on healing, your relationship to the masculine, healing those man wounds, because that's actually going to save you time. And
Mm,
what will happen 100% of the time, in my experience coaching women for the last few years, is the masculine will come running back. The
mm.
man will come running back. As long as he's not, he hasn't died or something. I will tell you, in my experience in coaching so many women, the ex boyfriends, the ex situationships, the ex husbands, the ex SPs, they come running back. But if you are not healed, you're going to keep re traumatizing yourself and keep hooking back up with the wrong guy and blocking your husband from
Yeah.
finding you. Versus a lot of our ladies in the Feminine Energy Academy who have done what we teach them to do. They've been able to detach, they've been able to re regulate and heal their nervous system, heal their attachment styles, glow up so they look better. Right now, they're starting to attract better quality men because, we help them with their online dating
Yes.
profile, their
Yes.
photos, their bios, all that stuff. They glow up with their communication so they know how to communicate with the
Yeah.
masculine. And then when the guys come back, if he's not showing up properly and correctly, they move on. They can cut him off and implement their boundaries right away.
And it's
Yeah.
so important to understand, as you mentioned, the glow up
Yeah.
for the women. Of course, looking good, it's so key. That's
Mhm.
always the first thing I'll tell
Yeah.
you. But the biggest glow up for most women, because
Mhm.
most women take care of themselves, most
Yeah.
women look presentable and attract men.
Yeah.
But really doing the inner work is the biggest glow up for most
Yes.
women.
Yeah.
The communication side of things,
Mhm.
understanding how to talk to the masculine, understand how to
Mhm.
present yourself, understanding just how to be in your feminine around the
Yes.
masculine is so key and
Mhm.
makes you stand out. So when you're getting
Mhm.
out of these situationships and you're attracting all these men, you have so many men in your inbox, everyone wants to talk to you. Your job is to focus on, okay, what are the other areas that I really need to
Mhm.
make these changes to attract the right type of man? Because the most thing that a man is looking for is really a woman who's just fun to be around, a
Mhm.
woman who doesn't just always, have something to say about each situation, a woman who understands
Mhm.
how to be around him, but not to be overbearing.
Mhm.
These are qualities that a lot of women don't understand, especially women that are raised in single family homes, women
Yeah.
that have children, maybe been single
Mhm.
moms, and have had to be in the role of the masculine in so many cases. It's like this is their survival, this is how they function. But understanding how to really relax, receive, just be in your fun energy,
Mhm.
it can be your biggest glow up and can
Yeah.
attract that healthy provider energy man who's not looking what's in your bank account, not looking at, okay, what can you provide or what do you bring to the table? No,
Yeah.
those aren't conversations that
Mhm.
healthy provider energy men are having. They're looking at, okay, is this a person that I enjoy being around?
Mhm.
Not only do I love them, but do I like being around this person? Are they healed and are they continuing their healing journey? Or is it someone who knows how to make money and they getting after it and
Yeah.
they got my energy? No, I don't want my energy as a man. I want you to have your energy,
Yeah.
bring what you bring
Mhm.
to the relationship, and then that'll bring the polarity that men are looking for.
Mhm.
So understanding how your specific glow up looks instead of just saying,
Yeah.
okay, I'm just going to look better because that's what men want.
Yeah.
And no,
No.
that's what we talk about in the FEA as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. In order to have that polarity strong, that attraction strong, you need to be that clean match, that energetic match for the masculine provider man. This is like 90%, ladies.
Hmm.
The communication part, you looking good, is like maybe 10%, right? Your online dating strategy, things like that, maybe 10%. But 90% is your energy, how he feels in your presence. And speaking of communication, actually, this Saturday we're doing a masterclass where we're teaching the ladies how to talk to the masculine
Mm,
and how to
that's right.
communicate your needs, how to communicate your needs and your boundaries without turning him off. So this is going to be for our ladies that are dating and married, or if you want to be married, this is a really good masterclass
Yes.
for you to have, because you don't want to just be a doormat either, ladies, right? You don't want him just doing whatever he wants and
Hmm.
you can't communicate your needs. No, it's you about you being able to communicate your needs in dating and marriage, right? The feminine way, so he's still chasing after you.
Mm,
Then you're going to be so much more confident as a woman when you have this skill set. So yeah, so
so
that's, we have a free trial right now. You can jump in and you can access that masterclass. Also, if you're watching the replay or you're listening to the replay right now, you can still catch the replay for all of our
yes.
masterclasses in the Feminine Energy Academy. Our masterclasses in the Feminine Energy Academy are our coaching sessions where we go really deep and help you master these
Yeah.
things. On these other channels that we're talking about right now, it's just to help you with your awareness and just get you thinking about different things, helping you open your eyes. But our master classes are coaching programs in the Feminine Energy Academy. That's when we help you really heal your love blocks, help you with your nervous system, your hormones, your feminine energy, and really help you master these skills that you need as a woman if you want to attract that high quality provider energy man that is still spoiling you in marriage, like my husband is, and like the ladies that we coach.
Yeah, so many people ask about one-on-one coaching sessions.
Yes.
Do you do coaching? And yes, we do one-on-one coaching,
Yeah.
but we direct so many people to the FEA because
Yeah.
you get to talk to us one-on-one. You
Yeah.
get even in an environment where it's just in our masterclass, 30, 40,
Yeah.
100 people
Yeah.
are in there. You get to ask us questions that are on your heart. And of course, if you need more,
Yeah.
we'll talk about the one-on-one, but so many people get the
Yeah.
value in which they desire
Yeah.
just within the master class. So definitely trust me, the master class is where you need to be
That's
if you want to go a lot deeper and
yeah.
get your questions answered.
And also, ladies, during the week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we jump into the Feminine Energy Academy and we do live coaching, just Q&A. So if
Hmm.
you have a specific scenario you're trying to work through right now, then that's when you want to jump in and you can also get live coaching from us. So
Yes.
actually right after this live stream, I'm going to be in the Feminine Energy Academy. Boosted Barbie just said the Feminine Energy Academy has changed my life. Thank you for saying that, babe. But anyway, I'm going to be jumping on in there today at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. No, not Mountain Standard
Pacific.
Time. Pacific Time. I thought I was in Canada for a second. Okay, Pacific Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, and UK time, 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Shout out to all of our UK ladies.
Yes.
We have so many just European ladies, period, right now in our community. And they're all glowing up and they're attracting amazing men.
Yes.
I was just talking to one of our ladies from London just a couple of days ago, and she's like, Tosh, I have to tell you, the quality of
Mm,
men I am attracting
wow.
now compared to just a few months ago is night and day.
Wow.
She's like, I finally feel confident that I'm going to have a healthy marriage. Like,
Mm,
you're showing me how marriage is going to be fun
wow.
and how I get to have this amazing type man. And I'm already attracting these types of guys. Okay. And that's just one of many, many women that are in our community. Yeah.
So good. We'll get to a couple of the
Yeah.
questions now as well. I see we have a few sending love from California.
Yeah. And we saw it from the Philippines as
Yes,
well.
I think your advice is right on. You two are awesome. Thank you so much. You said the
Thank you.
Philippines as
Yeah.
well.
Philippines. We have people from all over the world.
Yes,
Come watch
yes.
us.
So the first question, is it okay to go to a guy and introduce yourself,
Mm,
or is that for the only for the masculine?
that's your favorite
Yeah,
question,
I
baby.
love it. I love it. Now, we always talk about in the FEA as well as on here. It's okay to get his attention by dropping the
Yes.
handkerchief, and we know how the physical part of dropping the handkerchief, how that looks. But we're just
Yeah.
saying dropping the handkerchief, get his attention. Maybe look at him. Maybe something where it's not you going over to him and introducing yourself. Once you do that, and this, I'll
Hmm.
tell all you ladies this, once you initiate the connection, initiate meeting him,
Hmm.
especially when you're doing it in a relationship setting, like something where you want to get to know him, it's not
Yeah.
business or anything. When you come at him in that masculine way, now you lose all leverage.
Yep.
So now he knows without a shadow of a doubt that he can get anything
Yeah.
he wants from you. And I mean anything in most cases, because your energy is coming towards him. He was just chilling. He wasn't thinking about you.
Yeah.
Even if you give him your number and wait on him to call you, is he still knows that now he doesn't have to do much to move to the next
Hmm.
phase with you. So he's not going to come all the way towards you, because most healthy
Yeah.
masculine energy men, if you're initiating the connection, it'll never escalate to the point where he wants to marry you, because now
Yeah.
you've already shown from the beginning
Yeah.
that you're the one that's in pursuit. And most healthy men, they don't want to be chased. I mean, physically, most healthy men aren't going to be chased, even if it's something where you're after him. Another man has a problem with him. He's not going to run. He's going to sit there and talk. So most healthy men don't find themselves running from anyone or getting chased by anyone. So once you start the chasing as a woman, you're going to have to continue chasing him. And then he's going to always know that he has leverage, and he's not going to fully commit to you in that relationship.
Hmm. Because when you're doing that, ladies, all your energy is coming towards him. And masculine energy men do not want to be penetrated by masculine energy.
Mm-mm.
They don't want masculine energy coming towards them
Right.
like that in a romantic way, right? They're going to be turned off. And a lot of times they don't even know. They think, oh, this is great. The ladies are coming to
Yep.
me. They're giving me their numbers, but they can't figure out why they're bored of these types of women,
Yeah.
right? They're because they're not awakened to this. They're not conscious of this. They think they're working at the gym, they're getting all jacked, they're spending 3 hours looking good, smelling good, working out, and then women are coming towards them. Women are
Yep.
DMing them. They're passing their number. They're like, "Ooh, you look cute," and like come up
Mm-hmm.
and talk to them. And then the guys are wondering, why am I getting they hook up with these women, of course, because it's easy, and a man will sleep with anyone, anything really, but then they're bored. They're
Mm-hmm.
bored, and they can't even. The man a lot of times doesn't even understand why he's bored of these women. And then one of the women that we train comes along, and she's in her worthiness, and she's not in her chasing energy, and then she stands out so much to the masculine.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like this. Don't take this offensively as an analogy, but it's a really good analogy. Imagine a dog, and you have a chew toy, and you just walked up to the dog and handed him the chew toy.
Mm.
He would just look at you, right? What does a dog want to do? He wants to go and chase after that chew toy.
Yeah.
He wants to, he will go,
He'll
and
give
that's
it to you
fun.
to chase
Yeah,
so you
he'll
can
give it
throw
to
it.
you. Yeah, he wants you to throw it so he can go chase it. Right?
Yeah.
That's fun for him. Just think of the sperm. That's masculine energy. Okay. I didn't come up with this idea.
Hmm.
Take it up with God. That's how God's created things.
Yes. Yes. That was such a good analogy, but that's so.
You're not a
Uh,
dog, honey,
I
but you
know,
know what I mean.
no, but I know those dogs. They don't. They want to
Yeah.
run, right?
Yes, they want to
They
chase.
want to chase, and men have a lot of the same similar traits in that way. Where we want to chase, we want to feel like we won
Yeah.
when it's easy. And I think about this
Yep.
often, even with coaching sports.
Yeah.
If we're playing a team that's not a challenge,
Yeah.
we don't. You don't take pride in that. It's like,
Yeah.
well, I don't even know if we want to play. Is it worth
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Because they're not giving effort. They're not trying. We want you to try as a man. Try to beat me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we challenge each other. I don't care if we're just sitting there. We're
Yeah.
like, okay, let's do an arm wrestling contest, right? Let's see who can jump the highest. We'll do anything just to show that we're the superior one in that setting. And when you don't allow a man to be who he naturally is, then he doesn't feel like a man in that situation. Then he acts like exactly what you've done to him. A lot
Yeah.
of time he's in his feminine with you in that area, and you just don't want to force a man to kind of step outside of who he is
Yeah.
to be with you. And I don't care how good you look.
Mhm.
And but we give you ladies so many tools and tips on how
Yeah.
to attract. The word is how to attract the man,
Yeah.
not how to chase a man.
Yeah. And also, just I want to clarify this. Men don't want to compete with you.
No,
Men want to
no,
compete with other men.
yes,
They find that fun. They're not trying to compete with you.
not at all.
In fact, we see a lot of women that are in their boss babe energy. They're beautiful, but they don't realize this, and they're almost in that competitive energy with the
Mm,
masculine, trying to one up
yeah,
him, trying to show him how amazing you are, trying to prove yourself to him. Also, those are the women that tend to be friend zoned,
yeah,
or the guy is repelled, and it, once again, subconscious, he will never let you know this, but he's turned off. So
yes,
allow him to compete with other men for you.
yes,
That is how God has designed it for you. And of course, we show you everything: rotational dating, step by step, dating offline, dating online, where to attract healthy provider men, how to communicate with them. I got potent,
mm,
potent dating secrets, ladies, that you want to have, not only for dating, but in marriage.
yes.
Okay. Because once I'm going to go back to the dog analogy one more time, and I promise I'll move on. But the dogs are the most loyal,
Mm,
right? They're the most, so they want to chase, and then they will be the most loyal to you.
mm,
And that is how a healthy masculine energy man is, right? Where he will do anything for
mm,
you and be loyal to you
mm.
when you understand the stuff that we teach.
That's
Yeah.
so true. We have Donna, who's in the Feminine Energy
Oh, hey,
Academy.
Donna. I see you, babe.
She says, I have a video call with a masculine man who's
Okay.
chasing me.
I love it.
Wish me luck, guys.
Oh, yeah. Girl, you don't need it. You got tools. You got tools. So, Donna, remember, go and re listen to my magnetic dating playlist. So, some of the ladies that are now engaged and married, they swear by this playlist because they're audio activations that you listen to get you in the energy, that confident, magnetic, feminine energy before you go on dates. And then, of course, I have a video, Donna, you probably have seen it, but if not, go watch it. It's called How to Date Provider Men.
Mm,
It's actually a fairly short video, but I give you some juicy secrets on how to stand out
mm.
when you are dating like really high value provider type men. And this will make you stand out so, so much. So if you don't know where that is, Donna, can you please message me in the Feminine Energy Academy, and I will send you the links to that. And if you are new here and you also want access to that, just let me know. Message me in the Feminine Energy Academy, and I will share those
Yes.
potent
Yes.
dating secrets and audios for you as well, ladies.
Yeah. So our next question says, so I really thought that we attract all men, but the ones we accept are a reflection of ourselves.
Mm.
Can you confirm?
Yeah, I would say yes and no. Okay. So you are going to attract a wide variety of men for sure. But in my experience, not only for myself, but for women that I coach, as you heal, you're going to attract higher quality men. Now, not to say that, I mean, if you do the stuff we teach, most men are going to want to be with you, just in my experience, right? But yes, the type of guy that you stay with and you
Mm,
choose to be with, that really is a reflection of you as a woman
mhm.
and how much healing you have done. So hopefully
Yes.
that clarifies. But I mean, like there's certain men that won't even come into your
Yep.
energy. There's certain people that won't even come into your energy because of the energy that you're embodied in. They can't see you and you can't even see them. You don't even notice them.
And men
Yeah.
understand as well based on where they're at, because men understand when they're approaching a woman
Yeah.
where she's at in her life.
Yes.
Does he match what he would think she
Yeah.
needs. And a lot of men, based on where they're at and your
Yeah.
energy, probably won't even approach you if
Yeah.
they're not there yet. If they know that you're a woman who, wants to get desires to
Yeah.
get married, positioning yourself, you're focused, you're not just, for a situationship, they
Mhm.
may shoot their shot, like men say, because men don't mind shooting their shot, but they come in understanding that this person right here
Yeah.
may be someone who's not at the place that I'm at, and
Mhm.
they won't spend much time with you. So it's really about who really feels comfortable coming up to you. If a man feels super comfortable coming to you, like the wrong men continue to feel super comfortable coming up to you, then you may have to look and say, okay, what areas do I need to
Mhm.
tighten up in? Even though all men are attracted to you, but usually you start to narrow it down, and we see it so often, especially online dating, when you're really able to optimize your profile, your
Yes.
pictures,
Great
all of that
example.
really allows the man to say, okay, let me swipe left with her because she don't have time for me. So it's things that you do that
Mhm.
can attract that right man for you.
Oh my gosh, that was such a good example, honey,
Hmm.
actually. And because a lot of women have given us feedback
Yeah,
that have said, we've worked on their dating profile with them, we
yeah,
show them how to optimize their
yes,
dating profile. That's a big thing that we do in the Feminine Energy Academy. And they always say that they're attracting way
yes.
higher quality men now.
Hmm.
And it's not about the number of men that you're attracting, but it's the quality. And just going back to Donna, because she's been in our Feminine Energy
Yeah,
Academy for a few months now. She's been really, really showing up, doing her inner work, doing her inner healing. We helped her with her dating profile,
yes,
and of course, right now she says that she has a video call with a high quality provider
yes,
energy man that's chasing her
yes.
right now. And so someone like her, what we're going to do for her is we have dating playlists. So I have magnetic dating playlists where I help the women really get in the energy of being really magnetic in your feminine for phone calls, for video calls, for dates, all of that. And then I have training on how to communicate with the masculine in the different stages. So,
Hmm.
dating app stage, video call stage, actual date stage, engagement stage, and
Yes.
marriage stage. So, all the different stages. So, you're feeling really confident and when you know exactly how to date men and not be attached. So, you're not like
Mm-hmm.
obsessing and overthinking and stressed out about saying the right or wrong thing. And then of course I have separate training for how to date high value provider men. We've had a woman, she was dating a billionaire, right? And in our Feminine Energy
Hmm.
Academy, we have a lot of women that are dating really
Yeah.
high value men in there. So you wanna have the skills, baby.
Yes.
Okay. And these are single moms, a lot of them.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So good. Next question we have is, when you said you first met your wife
Mhm.
and you say you were trying to get a picture, did you mean for her to send you a photo? Thank you. And the answer is yes, because we all, especially men, we all do it. For one, we're attracted to you when we're asking for more. Okay, let me see another picture. Let me see a picture everybody hasn't seen. Now, it's
Yes.
not always a picture that's got to be sexual in
Yeah.
content, but
What were you meaning, honey?
no, with that, it's like, okay, let me see if I can
I'm
get a
curious.
picture that nobody else has seen. So
Okay.
if she's giving me a picture that nobody else online has seen,
Mhm.
then that means that I stand out a little more than just another person. So it's a
Mm,
way to see where you stand sometime
okay.
as a man, because we understand that you're not just giving pictures to everyone,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to give a nice picture, then we'll look at it and it's like, okay, but it lets us know that maybe she's a little more into me than just the average person.
So it's kind of like a test that men do.
Exactly. And then, if they continue to go on and like, okay,
Yeah.
what about a picture without
Yeah.
that shirt on? Then that's a different conversation. But generally speaking, men are asking to see where they stand
Mhm.
within this getting to know each other. And for me, that's exactly what it was. It wasn't a make or break because she had two or three pictures up.
Yeah.
So I knew how she looked.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you
He was talking
have
about my dating profile.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you have pictures up, and this could be the case as well, where you're showing all upper body,
Yeah.
you're showing only your face. Sometimes a man just wants to see, like, okay, what's her size? How does she really look? How does her
Yeah.
body look? And men like different body sizes, but they want to see does your body type fit what they're looking for? So we always tell the ladies about how to put pictures up, what
Yeah.
type of pictures to put up. But sometimes men just want to see more because even though your face may be cute, they're like, is the entire package?
Mm.
Is that something that I enjoy looking at? And if it's not, sometimes they'll ask for another picture.
Okay, a question though. Honestly, before all these people,
Yes.
if I would have given you a more sexual type photo in that moment when you were asking me for a photo, which I didn't, by the way, I
Mhm.
would never ever do that.
Mhm.
But if I did, how would that change things, or do you think it would have changed things for
Well, it
you?
changes the perception,
Yeah.
right? So it probably would have changed the way that the conversation went,
Yeah.
right? Instead of us just talking about life,
Yeah.
talking about,
Jesus.
yes, Jesus, things, the way we see the world, instead of it talking about that, now it's, you having those late night conversation where, they just continue to lead to nowhere
Mhm.
besides the bedroom. And
Yeah.
that's probably the direction it would have
Yeah.
gone in if you would have sent something that was
Yeah.
sexual in content,
Yeah.
and because it would have took my mind there. And that's,
Yes.
and you talk about it so often,
Mhm.
the power that women have, how men
Yes.
follow your lead when
Yep.
getting to know them. So
Mhm.
because you didn't send a picture and you
Yeah.
had normal pictures up,
Yeah.
that caused me to have certain conversations
Yeah.
with you and cause the direction of us
Yeah.
getting to know each other
Yeah.
to go in that way instead of going in the way of,
Yeah.
okay, sexual conversations the
Yeah.
entire time.
I think I sent you just like a normal photo. It
Okay.
just wasn't sexual.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we have another really great question here from the Alchemist is asking, what is rotational dating? Well,
Mm.
you are in the right place. So rotational dating is just a strategy that we teach our ladies, and it's really intentional dating. It's intentional dating for marriage. And what you're doing is, it's not like we created this, we did not invent this. This has
Right.
been around since the beginning of time. There's a lot of cultures that still do this, and they call
Mm.
that matchmaking.
Yeah.
Really, it's matchmaking, right? Where you're meeting with different people, different guys that match your love list, that match
Mm.
what you're calling in. You get to know them. You just maybe have a coffee date, a drinking date, or not a drinking date, like a dinner date, something simple, something like that. And but you're dating multiple guys at the same
Yeah.
time, so you do not get attached to any one guy. And then what happens is, and you're not sleeping with any of these guys, okay? You're not intimate, you're not sleeping with these guys, you are literally just getting to know them.
Mm.
And what will happen naturally is it's a really, really great filtering system, because the wrong guys will fall off.
Yes.
The guys that are not serious about you, the guys that are not ready for marriage, they're not ready to step up, they will fall off
Yes.
because they don't want that. And then the man that's ready for you, he does not want you talking to other guys.
Mm-hmm.
That is really going to trigger him in a very healthy way, where he has to make up his mind. Am I ready for marriage? Am I ready to marry this girl? Or I have to just move aside and be okay with her dating other guys, which, if you do everything we teach, you're going to have multiple men that want to date and marry you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And understanding, even with the rotational dating, most men are triggered
Yeah.
when you say that you're rotationally dating.
Yeah.
Even though most men have rosters, they're rotationally
Yeah.
dating
They just call it
as
different.
well.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, and we talk about it
Mhm.
often, when you're rotationally
Yeah.
dating, it's a strategy that you have to
Yeah.
have, and it's certain conversations that you don't want to have with
Yeah.
him. But rotational dating does so much
Mhm.
for you, but also for the man, because your
Yeah.
energy isn't all on him,
Mhm.
and you're living your life. He's wondering what's going on. Why
Yeah.
aren't you available? I
Yeah.
just want to talk for a second, but you have stuff going on. So it's so important for you as a woman to rotationally date,
Mhm.
specifically if you're dating someone that you're interested in and they're not moving forward in the relationship. It's important for you because what happens is now you start getting feelings
Mhm.
involved and you don't know where he's at, and now he starts to occupy your mind, and it just goes down a slippery slope. So
Mhm.
we go over that so much in the FEA and
Mhm.
give you ladies the strategies and tools you need for that.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. And Boosted Barbie has another really great question. We're going to answer that in a second. But there's something I was going to mention about the rotational dating, and I already forgot it.
Ah.
Man. Anyway,
We'll get back to it.
yeah, we have a whole program on this where
Yes.
we teach women how to do this. Oh, I know what I was going to say. The reason why you really want to do this, especially when you really like a certain guy, is so all your energy doesn't come towards that one guy. Women are very
Mm,
monogamous in nature, and especially if you haven't done any healing, you might get attached to the wrong guy or even the right guy really quickly, and it might be too much energy coming towards him.
mm,
And he, remember, men don't want to be penetrated by your masculine energy. So if you're constantly thinking about him,
mm.
obsessing about him, wondering when he's going to call, wondering when he's going to text, wondering, hey, are we going to do something this weekend? That's too much energy
Yeah.
for the man to come towards you. You want him to be like that towards you, not you towards him. So if you notice you tend to be like that when you're talking to a guy, you're really excited, and then you're obsessively thinking about when you guys are going to meet, when you're going to talk again. This is a perfect example of why you want to rotationally date and date other guys at the same time, even if you don't really like them, because it's going to take all that energy off of the main
Mm,
guy. And the other thing I just want to add here, so many of our women that we've coached that are now engaged and married, I would say all of them, actually, all the ones that I can think of right now that met their guys online, they ended up being with a man that they did not expect.
mm-hmm.
And so, one thing that we really encourage our ladies to do is, first of all, heal your nervous system. Because right now, your trauma is your type. Your type is your trauma. So, your nervous system, the guy that gives you butterflies in chemistry, if you haven't done any healing, it's probably the wrong guy for you.
Mm,
And that's your type. And you probably keep attracting the same type of guy, right? So, you need to heal that. And what will happen is the good guys will kind of feel boring to you. They kind of feel like, I don't know if I'm really attracted to this guy, but a lot of times those guys end up being your husband.
mm,
And once you heal, once you're healed and you give that guy a chance and you're dating them, what will happen is you become really attracted to him. And then you'll realize that, oh my gosh, this guy is actually in his provider energy, masculine energy. He makes me feel so safe.
mm,
He makes me feel so seen, so heard. I don't worry about anything
mm,
anymore. He's, sign of a masculine energy man, by the way, a healed one, is you have stuff on your plate, you're dealing with stuff, he's taking it off your plate. You got problems that you're trying to deal with, he is the one that's coming in and trying to solve those problems for you financially, with your time. We had one lady right now that, was not feeling good. And one of the guys in her rotation literally left work,
yep.
drove an hour and a half to go and take her to the doctors. Like, that's provider energy man. And that specifically, that guy, it was a guy that she wasn't initially going to go on a date with until she
Mm.
got some coaching from
Yes,
us. Yeah.
yes. And we're going to continue this conversation in the
Yes.
FEA shortly after, again, 12
Yeah.
o'clock Pacific. What is it, 3 Eastern and 8 UK time?
Yes, and 12 Pacific. Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
12
Okay, okay,
Pacific
yeah.
time. But we do want to answer another question. This
Okay.
is from Boosted Barbie. She said, what if you see the guys you're rotationally dating in the same place, same time?
Perfect, right? I mean, they haven't committed to you unless there's a ring on your finger, girl. Be proud. Like, there's no shame
Hmm.
because you are not exclusively dating any of those guys for marriage. You're intentionally dating for marriage, and that is it.
Yes.
You have done nothing wrong. Okay? So just enjoy yourself and don't carry around energy of shame, you know?
Yeah,
So,
definitely. And what do you think of the dating app? Someone asked. And the thing is, we always say dating apps are dating
yeah,
apps. It really doesn't matter which dating app you're on. If you haven't
yeah,
done the healing that
yeah,
you need,
yeah,
then you'll find yourself finding
yeah,
the same type of men in each dating app. So
yeah.
we've had ladies that have met provider energy men that have gotten engaged through dating apps, different
Mhm.
dating apps, and same women that come on our YouTube channel that don't have any success
Yeah,
on those dating apps. So
yeah,
we say, let's get the healing first.
yeah,
Then you attract who you are. It becomes so much
yeah,
easier. Everywhere you go, kids like you. You know, kids
yeah,
come over and just want to say hi to you, want
yeah.
to hug you.
Mhm.
Women, men compliment you.
Yeah,
Everyone's speaking positive because your energy is so good.
yeah.
So let's work on the energy piece,
Mhm.
then it'll be super easy. You'll have so many men that are coming, so many healthy
Yeah,
provider energy men that are approaching you, that
Yes.
now you'll be asking us, okay, now what
Yes.
do I do? Because I
Yes.
have all these men after
Yes,
me.
that's what always happens. And just so you know, I'm a big fan of dating apps. I also was the type of woman where I was like, no, I cannot believe I have to go on a dating app. So if that's you, I understand. Okay. But it was the best decision, even though I didn't want to do it either. I had done everything, like all the inner healing, everything that I teach you ladies in the Feminine Energy Academy. I did that. And I met my husband the first week.
Yes.
And I don't really like to say that too often because women can get really discouraged on the dating apps, but my energy was in a really good
Mm,
place and I was so detached. And the biggest thing is I knew how to optimize
mm,
my dating profile.
yeah.
Like I have marketing skills. So I know what the masculine wants. I know what triggers them. And so I teach the ladies all of that
Mm,
in the Feminine Energy Academy. I show you what dating apps to use. I show you the dating process. I teach you how to optimize your dating profile. Your photos and your description is everything, right? I teach you how to do all of that. And you can send us your dating
yes.
profiles. You can screenshot and send it to us privately, and you will get the man's perspective and my perspective. And our women have had such great
Yes.
success after having us, help them with their dating
Yes.
apps. So, yeah.
And we've had so many men that have jumped on and
Yes.
been a part of this, and we appreciate all the men
Yes.
that have come to the channel to
Yes.
share, to ask questions. But I just dropped a link as well
Okay.
for the men. We're going to be going live on there. This is for the men
Yeah.
specifically. Of course, anyone's open to join it, but we're
Yeah.
going to be going live on that channel as well for the men. And men, trust me, I have a recruiting background, so
Yes.
I'll help you. I'll
Yeah,
help you
literally.
understand and how to get and help you how to figure out how to get the woman that you desire with these skills that I have.
Yeah, Coach B definitely stood out. Definitely. You could tell he was a professional recruiter. He really stood out. So you want to learn from him.
Yes.
We were checking our analytics and we could see an influx of men that are joining our
Yes.
channel. So we're like, okay, we need to have a separate channel
Yes.
for the guys so they can learn about the masculine
Yes.
energy and dating. So that will be there for you. And then we're also going to be starting matchmaking
Yes.
services because we have over 1,100 people
Yes.
in our communities,
Yes.
okay, that want to date for marriage. So if that is you, we'll also leave the link below for you. So you got the Feminine Energy Academy, then you got, the man channel, and then we have the matchmaking services that we're about to launch next month. So, but ladies, you got to be healed. You got to be ready. You got to stay ready.
Yes.
When you stay ready, you don't got to get ready.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Okay. So I'm about to jump in the Feminine Energy Academy, do some coaching in there. Come join me. Come jump right now. Jump. Jump in. Don't just jump. Jump in right now and come chat with me. Let me know what's going on with you and we can do some live coaching in there.
Yes.
And we love you
Yeah.
ladies.